In this episode, we are going to do an energy check-in. What's actually happening out there in the cosmos, in the atmosphere, in the 3D reality? How are we seeing things play out, things to look out for, things to be mindful of, and things to actually do to keep ourselves centered, anchored in the moment, in the present, out of chaos, in that peace. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hi and welcome to Outlaw Door. For those of you that are returning subscribers, thank you. For those that are new to the channel, welcome in. We always love to have new viewers, new members of the tribe. So, energy check-in. I haven't done an energy check-in for ages because they have been shifting and preparing us, getting us to do that introspection, that inner work, that inner healing, shifting out, clearing out, releasing the aspects of our lives, the beliefs that we have been holding that no longer function. And it's interesting, and I'm doing this video because over the past few months there have been lots of energies coming through, as I said in the intro, that have been wanting us to do a lot of inner work, to really home in on, as it were, because we've been doing lots and lots of inner work, or hopefully been doing lots and lots of inner work for many years now. But it's been about fine tuning, fully understanding ourselves, fully understanding the gifts that we have, and standing firm within that, not second guessing ourselves, or not second guessing ourselves as much as. Definitely not listening to exterior influences about what we should and shouldn't be doing. And I pulled a card for the the card of the week read that I do over on my Facebook channel. And a Facebook page, sorry. And it was interesting because it was bringing forward the energies of the condor. And yet, as I looked at the card, the condor represented itself very much in bee-like energy. And so that condor being very spiritual, but the bee being very action orientated, and this is what I'm feeling that we need to be. Certainly, definitely for me, if it resonates for you, take it on board. If it doesn't, let it fly. But it's being in that energy of standing firm in what you know, trusting that inner knowing, and taking the forward steps. Because with that condor energy, what's coming through, and what my guides have been telling me, is it's going to be a big surprise. It's going to be a whoosh of energy that really propels you forward, which is a lot of why we were guided to do that inner work, to do that inner reflection, to release those lingering attachments and energies that really don't serve us and really don't have our highest interest at heart. If they're still within you, you will feel fear, or at least trepidation, come up within your bodies as these energies hit. It's an interesting time in our evolution. There are a lot of dynamics at play. And as I've said many times before, the brighter the light you bring forward and emanate out into the world, that duality also exists. So the heavier try and break that energy of your light will exist also in duality within your life. And it is about not focusing on that. It is about it. I know it took me some time to really attune my body, my mind, my spirit, not to focus, to be aware of, but not to focus on those dual aspects of being a light worker. And that comes with confidence. That comes with being anchored in your gifts, being anchored in your knowing what your purpose is, being anchored in your direction. It does get easier. If you're still in that wavering, that seesaw phase of I'm gonna be here, but this is still going on, and you are adding and leaning and giving focus to this aspect, just keep focusing on the light, keep focusing on your end goal, keep focusing on what you are wanting to co-create for the betterment of humanity. That will help you to become more confident. Divine will show up, spirit will show up, and they will lift you up. And that is the beauty with this Condor energy, because it is that lifting and propelling forward that is really going to bring in the prophecy of the second coming. Now, when I say that, please, I am not affiliating to any traditional religion with that. I am purely talking about energetic resonance here, vibration, the rising of the consciousness through vibration on this planet. And I call it Christ consciousness. That is my belief systems. That is the way that I work. You will work differently. It's about the consciousness, whether you call it Christ consciousness, whether you call it whatever you call it, with whatever religion, if you affiliate to a religion you want to bring in. It's about raising the vibration of humanity and reaching the people that only you can reach. And I think this is another thing, because a lot of information, and I've noticed it this week, there's a lot of information out there going, oh well, you know, this area of spirituality is flooded, so don't go there. That is a ruse. That is that polarity, that darker aspect playing out, trying to hold you back from what feels congruent and right for you. If you're being guided into a field where, for all intents and purposes, when you look on social media, when you look on any kind of database, that there is a deluge of people doing that. Nobody can do it the way you will do it. And it's not a numbers game. The work we do here, and I can't emphasize this enough, the work that we do here is not a numbers game. It's about the lives that you touch in a positive way, and how you do that will be completely different for each and every one of us. And it's trusting that you have done your very best without attachment. The field that Spirit had me go into in September ticked my boxes of my immediate needs of that time. And I was a little bit, oh yeah, but is this on my path? Is this not on my path? Is this part of my path? Because it showed up very, very different from what I expected it to show up at. It ticked the box, it was a charity. It ticked the box, it gave me a regular income. It ticked the box, I was working with people and it used the skills that I already had. It ticked the box that I could bring spirituality in it. It ticked the box that I would be coaching and teaching. It ticked my box, but it showed up completely different. And so there was a little time in September that I was like, it ticked all my boxes, but the way it presented itself didn't show up in the way that I thought it would. It didn't show up as my imagination had actually presented it to me. And yet we're just starting December, so 3 months in, and I absolutely know that I am supposed to be where I am currently. It ticked all my boxes, but it's also ticking the needs of humanity's boxes. So I am being of service. Think about your skills, your gifts, what your strengths are, where you excel, how you excel. And know that energies are with us that are going to shift and shake us and place us into positions where we can co-create with the divine to create massive change on this planet. Don't fear it. Don't try and be something you're not. Be your true, authentic selves. Allow those energies to flow through you and out from you so that you can touch the life of another. And if you touch several lives, or several hundreds lives, or several thousands lives, all the better. But if each of us touch a life, that changes the trajectory of humanity. That puts us in a position of longevity rather than extinction. Those polarities, if you watch mainstream, are playing out, are wanting you to believe the end is nigh. We can see it on the TV, we can see it on the news. I don't watch it, but there's no escaping it, because people that do watch it then want to talk about it and discuss it because their own fears, trepidations, anxieties are coming to the surface. And so currently there is no escaping, but it's about maintaining your anchor of peace, being that anchor of peace in total chaos, because the frequency and the energies that emanate from you being that anchor of peace are far greater than any chaos can conjure up, and people will feel it and their heads will turn and they will step towards you, whether you ask them to or not. And it's about sharing that peace, not harboring others in a peace. It's about allowing them, sharing how you do it, not sharing it so they can take from you, but sharing it as to how they can cultivate that within themselves. We're not here to harbour people or shelter people or to hide them away from whatever karmic cycle lesson they need to learn. It's about showing them that peace in chaos is attainable, and then assisting them as to what they can actually do to start achieving that for themselves. Whether they do it or not is up to them. We have no attachment to the results, to their outcome. But we have followed our guidance, our divine path. We have been doing our light work in showing them that it's possible, in showing them that it is attainable. It's going to be an interesting festive season for sure. If you need assistance, if you need to I'm choosing my words because that assistance isn't quite the right word. It's support. If you need support, then there are many of us freely available through social media that will give you that support that you need over this festive season, because for some it will be challenging. For others, it's going to be monumentally exciting. For others, there will be deep relief because they've been able to finally close out some long-ass cycles that have just held them in dysfunction that wasn't even theirs. These energies are creating change, and as I've said on previous videos, change always creates chaos because many fear it. But change there is, and change there will be. And so depending on your own beliefs and where you're at, depending on your family dynamics, depending on your friendship circles, your immediate community and our larger communities will depend on how that actually shows up and works out, what plays out over the festive season and into the new year. So if you need support, seek it. If you need to go into hermit mode, but you're not allowing yourself because you feel obligated because of the Christmas season, because of the festive season. Not everybody celebrates Christmas, but because of the festive season, then do it. Do what is needed. Try and find a compromise that hits the spot for everybody, but ultimately care, nurture, nourish yourselves. It's about taking accountability and responsibility for our own lives and our own journeys. Do not, or try not, I can't tell you what to do, be pulled in a million different pieces and feel completely drained. That is from an old paradigm. That is what and how you got stuck in the first place. That is what has slowed you down on your forward movement, the changes that you've wanting to make and have been making. Do not get sucked back into that old paradigm. Do what is right for you whilst being compassionate to others. Use and run with these incoming energies over the coming weeks. If you've liked this video, then hit that like button. If you feel that a friend will benefit from listening to this, then by all means, please share it. If you've not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and you will be notified when new videos are uploaded. Until next time, beautiful souls, take care. Bye bye.